Did you get my profile there? Good. It's about the only site that looks good today. So, yes, good morning, everyone. Oh, so, you know, I was looking at my cat, and I'm thinking, you know, he's getting a little bit chunky. You know, he was in a fight, and I took him to the vet, and they weighed him, and he's quite heavy. You know, he's really quite big. And so I'm thinking, well, you know, I do spoil my cats, and I do give them a lot of food and whatnot. I do, you know, because they're worthy, you know. But not so much as to make him so fat that he has trouble getting through the cat flap. Like struggling. It turns out that somebody in the neighbourhood is feeding him, because my friend noticed him bringing home cocktail sausages and whatnot. So somebody in the neighbourhood is feeding my cat. Maybe he's a timeshare cat. You know, you get cats like that. You get like 6 different people that all live in the same neighbourhood, and they all think it's their cat. Cats are very clever like that, you know. I mean, it's a bit Dickensian almost. It's like Oliver Twist or something. Please, sir, can I have some more? Oh, really? Anyway, what can I do, right? I just thought I'd mention it because I don't know why. Yeah, something came up this morning, and I thought, oh yeah, right, okay, well, I'll do a quick video before I get on with my day. Number one, things have been really, really tough, and there is a kind of feeling of despair and hopelessness, and we're all seriously fucked here. Sorry, excuse me. You know, that feeling of we're fucked, we're all fucked. But you see people that just won't do for me. And it won't do for any of us, because we're not helping the light. And there is light, you know, there really is. You've got to just stop a minute and take yourself back to where you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, and realise how much you've come along, how much you've learned, how much you've grown, and how well you are doing. We live in a culture is not your friend. That was said by a guy called Terence McKenna, who wrote for the MK Ultra program. Wow, bet you didn't know that one. Anyway, yeah, culture certainly is not our friend. It's a manufactured thing. You all know that because you're clever people, and I love you all for that. We live in a culture where, you know, what was I going to say? I can't remember. What is my name? Who am I? What am I doing here? Ooh. Yeah, we just basically, you know, it's bullshit. Okay, evil always wins. No, it doesn't. There is good, there is light, and yes, we live in a culture where we are constantly, where we're taught to only notice it when we get it wrong. Right? So your parents do that. It's like you get it wrong, you make a mistake. It's like, oh, they pounce on you. Oh, you got it wrong, you made a mistake. Oh, you're terrible. Ooh, fear, hate, rage, fear, condemnation. But when you get it right, nobody notices. That is gaslighting. Oh, yes, it is. So stop doing that to yourselves, right? Get a journal, each and every one of you, and get a pen. And every time you get it right, write it down. And give yourself praise and boast yourself and say, wow, I'm amazing, because I'm living in this concentration camp reality under such terrible duress, yet look at what I've accomplished. I've grown more compassionate, I've grown more empathy, I've grown more wisdom. I am able to see past all the fucking lies to the truth. I'm able to set better boundaries for myself. I'm able to honor myself more. I'm able to eat better food and to love myself more. All of these are great achievements in light of everything that's going down here, people. So give yourself a massive pat on the back for that. This is important. Okay? Then, so I'm driving around the other day, and as you know, I'm really big on synchronicity. And the word Evesham came up. Evesham. Now, Evesham is a town in a county called Oxfordshire in England. I used to have a boyfriend from there. He's a complete asshole. He really was, you know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But he was. He was an asshole. But Evesham, and you know, of course, because of having had that boyfriend, that word resonated. It's a really nice town, and Oxfordshire is a really lovely place. And I thought, oh, Evesham, yeah. And you know, this morning I turn on my computer, and there is a channel on the computer. It's called Mr. MBB333. It's a nice little channel, actually. Check it out. Maybe give him some love. You know, it's all about strange anomalies in the sky and the weather and the occasional UFO and whatnot. And I like things like that. And I like to keep an eye on the high strangeness as it pertains to, you know, what's going on. Anyway, somebody from Evesham sent in a photo of the sky above Evesham a couple of days back. And it was beautiful, people. It was... Yes. Hello. I'm talking to myself. I'm mad. I'm loving it. Oh, people just like, you know, what you doing? Oh, well, you know. Yeah, it was ultraviolet, people. And, you know, somebody once told me that the dark side hates ultraviolet. And I've always had a penchant for it. I've always loved ultraviolet. It's always made me feel calm and happy. You know, the dark side loves infrared, but it hates ultraviolet. And that sky above Evesham was fucking ultraviolet. It was amazing. And it was total synchronicity. Because of me having seen Evesham on the side of this massive truck. And there it is, above Evesham. Then that brought me, this feeling came, and it said, you know, we are in the apocalypse. This is Armageddon, people. What we are witnessing and what we are intrinsically caught up in here is the war, the battle, the final battle between light and dark. You know, and do you remember, guys, how I said a while ago how the cleverest thing the devil ever did was to convince the people he doesn't exist? Well, he seems to be doing the opposite now. It's like the cleverest thing the devil ever did was to convince everybody that he's all powerful and that all light is forever extinguished. So, know that this is not true, okay? It isn't. Because if that were true and Eva was all-powerful, would it really have to make such a concerted effort to convince us that that is true? Look, I wouldn't be sat here talking to you guys. You know, I wouldn't. You would not be such wonderful, amazing, miraculous people now, would you? We'd all be living in a version of the Terminator. You know, or Blade Runner, you know, not a tree left, not a cat left, not a bug left, not a bee left, nothing left. Just buildings and darkness. But that is not the case. There is a lot of darkness in this world. And a lot of people, again, organic portals will never see that anyway. But you know, they're neither here nor there. They'll just be poof, gone in the reset. You know, they just won't be there. They'll be gone. They're just AI. They're not real. They're programs, you know, software programs. That's all they are. So don't worry about that. Be aware, people, that what makes you think that it's all hopeless is your own self-hatred. It's that perverse, whiny golem within us that wants to run the show. It was put there because of all the myriad ways in which we were wounded and gaslighted, right? And that is how that part of you was born. Be aware of that. Give it some love. I know that sounds crazy, but it is less psychic attack and more deeply wounded self. And it's inside of you going, like scream, 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 scream. That is it, you know. I'm just in one of these moods today, you know. Yeah, it's in there and it's screaming because it knows all the myriad ways in which we have been had and abused and brutalized and violated and gaslighted and how fucking wrong that is. Now, if evil always wins, we wouldn't even have the concept of that being wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't. You would not have that knowing that, evil, that is wrong. You wouldn't know that, because all you would know is evil. But to more or less degrees, all of us have known love and righteousness and goodness. We have known that. We have known compassion and empathy and wisdom and goodness and beauty, you see. And we have that within us, you see. We are warriors of the light. So let's not fall for this trick. Even if you're really depressed and you feel empty and like you're just lost to it all, you've died to it all, you're in the twilight zone, nobody gets it, you're the only one. I feel that way, you know, totally. I mean, I lost the will to live ages ago, really. But I think it would be more apt to say that we've lost the will to play the game. We don't want to do it anymore. And that's right. It is right that we should feel that way, people. So honor yourself for that. Love yourself for that. Love yourself for that truth, you know. Self-love. Love is the one thing the dark side hates. Oh boy, it hates it. And so that is the weapon we have here in this battle, in this Armageddon. And we see it all taking place all around us, and we see it. It is terrifying. But hey, guys, you know, we're here for this. We can do it. Okay? I'm sure there's loads more I was going to say, but, you know, I've forgotten it all. I've now got to go to the supermarket to get some food, you know, but it's very early. I always like to do it as early as possible, you know, because otherwise it's like the trolley wars, isn't it? All these organic portals with their shopping trolleys full of genetically modified poison going, you're in my way and I'm not moving. And then there's the other one on the other side going, you're in my way, I'm not moving. Oh, Lordy. It's like supermarket Mexican standoff, you know. Fuck that shit. So anyway, I'm going in there now. So that's all I wanted to say today, people. Okay, hang in there. You're worth it. You're lovely people. You are lovely people. You leave me some really amazing comments, you know. You come up with such amazing names for yourselves as well. You're so creative. I love you all. I really do. So hang in there, babies.